Hello everyone, it's Tana. Welcome back to the Rabbit Hole Designs YouTube channel. Today I'm working with the May 2022 release. Here we have the Fiddlehead stencil and the Mesh optical stencil. We have a few new stamp sets as well this month. We have Happily Ever After with these cute little bunnies getting married. And I love the script, the font on that sentiment for that stamp set. Then we have Congratulations, and I'm dropping my stamps as I name them off to you, with the cake, the wedding cake, and the word congratulations, the same type of font. Then we have Blooming Anemone, which I also dropped. And we have Lobsters for Life. That one has a few sentiments as well. You found your lobster, happy anniversary, lobsters for life. And then we have Just Married, with the back of that awesome car with the couple in the inside the car window, her holding the bouquet and him holding his top hat, with the words Just Married and Forever. And I believe those fit in the bumper. Those sentiments will fit inside the bumper. So I did not do that with this card, but for this card I am using Stonehenge watercolor paper. Actually, no. On this one, I believe I used Bristol. And just so you guys know, I brought a whole bunch of images when I went to Orlando for Creativation. And I stamped a lot of them on Bristol, but I did stamp a lot of them on Stonehenge hot press watercolor cardstock. And the zigs do not spread well with water on the hot press watercolor cardstock. I don't know if it's just the Stonehenge. I haven't gone so far as to see if it's just one type of hot press watercolor paper. I've never had that problem with cold press, but I think it's something I might look into a little more, because I was surprised to find that I couldn't spread it as well because I only brought my zigs and my watercolor pencils. So moving on. So as you can see, I popped the wedding cake from Congratulations on top of the hood of the top of the car. So I just thought it looked cute together. So I'm going to use my zigs to color this all in. Here I am using, I don't know if I showed you guys the colors or not. I tried to, but I've done a lot of videos, a lot of recording lately, so sometimes I tend to forget from one video to another what I have done. There you go. I am popping them up on the screen when I can. So at least I did that for you guys. And I'm not going to show you every detail of the coloring. I just wanted you to get some idea of what I was doing. I did use a lot of different greens in the wreath. And I don't know what else to tell you guys. Creativation was really fun. I had a blast. It's the first time I've ever been. I think I missed a lot of booths, though. I'm watching other people's videos, and it seems that I've missed a lot of stuff. So maybe I will go again. It's not something I would do on a regular basis. Like, I don't think I would go every year, but I did have fun. It's a nice experience to have, even if you only go once. I do wish, back to the card, that I had chosen a different color for the wedding cake. I don't like the color I chose, and this was after the card was all finished, all said and done. I think I would have went with a lighter, much lighter color for the wedding cake. And I might actually still change it, but if I do that, it would require popping the wedding cake up on foam tape, because I don't want to do the whole card again. It was a lot of work and a lot of coloring. So moving on, I used like blue grays and grays for the bumper. Then I went in with the black and did the two, I don't know, are those called quarter panels? If you know anything about cars, let me know. Of the car, I'll call them quarter panels for now. I definitely don't know a lot about cars. And then I went in and did like a bluish color. Purple, I mixed like blues and grays, darker grays for the back part of the hatch, trunk. I have a hatch. I'm used to saying hatch, but it's a trunk. So now I have that all fussy cut it out, and now we're going to ink blend a scene on our 8.5 by 4 card panel. Oh my god, I'm losing my words. I do end up trimming it down just a little bit before I place it on the card itself, the card base itself. I just took some masking paper and masked off some hills so that I can do my sunset. I guess it could be a sunrise or a sunset, because I'm not sure if I put the colors in the right order, but they are in the order that I wanted them to be. So you let me know. Do you consider the sunset to be darker down at the bottom and lighter at the top? I would say that if the sun is lowering, then the darker color would be at the top and the lighter colors at the bottom. So I guess maybe it's a sunrise. I put the colors I used up on the screen for you guys. And I did go back, even though I didn't show you, and ink blend them to soften up those lines in between colors so they weren't so harsh and they were blended nicely together. After I get the sky all ink blended, I'm going to remove the mask and put on the opposite, the negative side of the mask that I created so that I can ink blend some hills. Back to Creativation, it was really, really, really warm. Except for the day I arrived. And my plane was actually late. I was supposed to get there at 2:45 in the afternoon, and the massive thunderstorms that they had that day caused me to not get in till like 8:30 at night, and then I waited over an hour for my luggage, my checked luggage. By the time I got to the hotel, it was 10 o'clock. Yeah, it was a long day. But nice weather. I come back home, I'm looking at 30s and 40s. I think we've had 2 nice days since I've gotten home. And I was sick. I got sick the night before I left. No, I did not have COVID because I had a test before I left. But I was sick, and I'm still trying to get rid of it. So I put that one side of the hill mask back on so I can make the back hill, the one farther away, darker than the one that was closer to us. And now I'm just cutting a little piece of cardstock that was laying on my desk to make a road, which I'm going to ink blend with a lot of blackjack. So much so, because I wanted it nice and dark, that I had to heat set it in between and then go back and ink blend again so that it was the intensity that I wanted. And then I heat embossed that with clear embossing powder after it was all ink blended. I thought it added a nice touch to the card. And I didn't go ahead and try to make any flat ground or anything because the road was there. Because the car is going to cover most of this. So there was no need to get into more detail in making the background look more accurate. Just brushing off the little excess there. I did use my powder tool, but I had used so much ink that I knew some of it was going to stick. And now I'm going in with some ink on 3 that, I forget what it's called, but it's iridescent liquid. Mixed it with some water. And I'm putting some sparkly spots, do you want to call them, on my sunset. Not on the grass, just on the sunset. I'm going to put that panel on a black card base with some double-sided adhesive. Very sticky, very strong double-sided adhesive, I might add. And now we're going to pop up the car and the cake on foam tape and adhere them to the center of the panel, kind of riding down the road there. And I guess it wouldn't work if I popped the cake up on foam tape. I would have to glue a new one flat because it's already popped up. So I took the word congratulations from the congratulations stamp set, stamped it out with VersaFine Onyx Black ink, and went over it with clear embossing powder. Ink blended that, one of the same yellows I used in the sunset, popped it up with foam tape, and adhered that onto the top of the card. So that's it for today's video, guys. I know the color's a little off on my photos. I am working on getting that fixed, but that's a story for another video. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram and Facebook and all the inspiration for the new release. And we'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.